Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the VFX Showdown. So, if you saw my latest video, you will know what is this tutorial is going to be now. So, if you not saw, let me show you the video I just make with After Effects shape layers. So, let's see. So, as you see, the basic of the After Effects, I'm just experiment with these shape layers to animate in different parameters. As you see, someone doing scale, someone rotating x and z direction. So let's make this. You can use this as a background for your some kind of animation. So this is pretty cool looking. And the text, this one also the shape layer. As you see, nice slice show. Okay, so let's jump into the After Effects and make this one. So let me close and jump into the After Effects. So as you see, this is my project. So let's make a new composition for that. 720p, 10 second. Okay, so let's rename this tutorial comp. Let's toots. Okay, let hit OK. And first thing first, we need to create a shape layer. So grab this rectangle and draw a simple rectangle like so. Okay, so we need to move the anchor point in the middle. So I'm using the preset. As you see, this is motion 2. I give you the link in the video description so you can download. It is free absolutely. So let's move the anchor point in the middle. Okay, like so. Okay, so let's add a fill and delete the, let's change the color to the white and delete the stroke. We don't need stroke. Okay, so let's duplicate this 1 2. So we have 3 copies. So let's move, make sure on the grid and go into the view, and the option called snap to grid is on. So let's select the second one and move over here. Let me move like so, so it will snap the grid. Okay, let's select all and align it in the middle. So go second, move over like that, I think. Okay, this is nice. So let's this one. Okay, so these are perfect. So turn off the grid. So we have these 3. So select all and make a 3D. As you see, 3D box, and let's create a camera to see the perspective. So as you see, this 3D flat 3D doesn't matter. Okay, so select all of them. Okay, and see their position, and let's select first one, press P. As you see, we need to move in this space and something over there. So let's see. Okay, this one is first and this one is second and this one is third. Okay, so let's move this first one up, second and third one down. Okay, so 1 2 3 like so. So select the first one, press P to bring the position, and let's keyframe the position and let's zoom a little bit. So we have this, we going to the 15 frame and move in the Z space like so, like up. Maybe let me select the camera and see how far it move. So we want something -50, -60. Okay, -60. So as you see, it's moved slightly. So -60 is okay, I think so. Okay, so as you see, it's moved up like this. So select the 2 keyframes, right click on it and go into the keyframe interpolation and change this to auto bezier to linear. so that way we don't have the curve. As you see, we get these two handles to move this like that or like that. So we don't want that. We want a linear, so this is straight and the straight, like so. So we move over here and we need to find the third position. So let's select third, press P and select the 60 as well. This, okay, sorry, let's select this position, copy and go into the 1 second, select the number one and select the position and paste and increase the -60. So that way, as you see, it's up and go for the third position, like so, as you see. Okay, and then go into small, go into the half second and move, and the Z space set 0, so it will snap on that position, on the third position, as you see. If I play, as you see, zoop, boom, boom, boom. So that's all I need. As you see, let me show you this angle so you can see the better. You see, up, third position and down. So let's select all this, press alt, hold down alt and click on and move the all keyframes inside, so the whole animation is faster. So when this happen, as you see this one, so we need to press second one, press P, and all I need to do, just copy the first keyframe. As you see, select the first one and copy the keyframe, copy and go into second keyframe and press and go and select the second one and select position, click on the stopwatch and go into the third one. When it's go right there and press and paste the keyframe, we copy just here. So what we have, zoom, so it will go this direction, and then we need to select the third one and select this, copy and select this keyframe for the second one, because this one go in the first and say third one go into the second. So let's copy this second keyframe and go into select the third one, press position keyframe and then go into the last keyframe and paste the second keyframe. So basically we have this animation. Hope you understand what I'm saying. So we just copy and paste the keyframes to the different layer, not the whole position. If you select, all the keyframe will be selected. We don't want that. We only need a separate keyframe for individual layers, so we can manipulate the exact position of that layer where it should be in the past. So as you see this one, so let's select all the keyframes, and we have this preset called motion 2. You can do something, press F9 first, and if you go into the graph, you can see the graph. So we can do with this graph handle, we can move like this, but we have a preset, so we don't need to do that. So as you see, if I move this, you can see the graph will change, as you see. So I think need sharper, like 70. Okay, 70 is good, and if I play, you will see what happened. So it look like a fast, I think. So let me select all the keyframes and press alt and select the last keyframe and stretch, like so, maybe 1 second. 1 second, okay, 1.5 second. So as you see, this will move like that. So let me select, press U to show you the all the keyframes. As you see, once this one go the third position, we need a third one become active slightly further. So if you see, let me move this keyframe, third one, till a half. As you see now, yes, this is what I want, as you see. So let me move slightly, like so, boom, as you see. Oh, this over here. So as you see, this is what we have. So all I need to do, just copy and paste the keyframes over and over to make a perfect cycle. So let me do this. So select this one, press U, so you can see the keyframes. So as you see, this one go into the second this position. So all I need to do, we need to grab the second one, press position keyframe over here, go into the half second, and we need copy this second keyframe, control C, and paste it over here. So as you see, it will up like that, and go into the other half second. Need to copy this keyframe, control C and control V for here, and then we need to go other few frames and copy this last keyframe, control C, and paste it over here for second layer, control V. So as you see, basically we have a same cycle going on. So let's select the second one. So basically we have this one. So let's copy this keyframe, control C, and paste it over here for third one, and like here, control V. So as you see, we have this one goes okay, and then the first one also be a half second, set a keyframe and go into the here. We need to copy which keyframe we need to copy. Yeah, this one, this third one. Need to copy this keyframe. No, we need to copy this keyframe, control C and control V over here. So basically we have this one again, as you see, boom. So let's stretch them out so we can see the whole animation perfect. So I think this is okay. So let's play again. Okay, so we do a second, we need to do a last time. So let's copy again, let me check. So this is the position, so we need to select the third one, go into few frames, and we need to copy this second keyframe again for the first layer, and let me make a keyframe for here and go into save view frame and paste it. So as we see, this will up and go into few frames again, select the second one, control C and control V for that direction. Let me move this slightly over, as you see. So as you see, this will go. Let me move this like that. Let me do this over here. Okay, so now we do a perfectly cycle, as you see. Let me play. If I play, as you see, so this is the perfect cycle. So press U so you can see the keyframes. So if I select all of them and show you the graph view, crazy stuff. So this is all I need, 3 pieces. What you can do here, just simply select all of them and press U, you can see the end, and press Alt and begin bracket to cut the layer. Okay, and now press Ctrl D to duplicate and press the begin bracket only to move this layer over here. So as you see, we have repeated layer. You can do a keyframe copy and paste, but I like to do a layer copy. So let me move the last one, okay, and press N and right click, trim comp to work area. So we have the perfectly loop animation, as you see. So we don't need more any camera, so let's delete the camera. So as you see, the flat 3D stuff is rotating. So before we copy and paste the layer, first thing we need to do, let me delete and show you the original one. So as you see in this one, let me show how the quality. So you can see as you see, someone is rotating and someone is scaling. As you see, this one, this small piece is scaling, and this is also rotating Z space, as you see. So we need to make that first. So this is my comp. tools. As you see, we need to duplicate this one in window project section. As you see, control D. So as you see, we have both. So first, let me call this one scale because we're doing a scale on it. So okay, and then this one we call Y rotation. Okay, Y rotation. Okay, so let's first work on this scale one. So I think we need to camera. No, we don't need a camera. So let's press a U to show you the keyframe. Press first one, you press scale and press U again to show both the scale. So let me move this keyframe first over here. Let's zoom a little bit so we can see the keyframe. Okay, so keyframe over here, this is okay, perfect. So if this one move, you need to go the half second and unlink contain professional, so we can stretch individually. So as you see, let me do the 0, and if we go here, it will be 100, I think negative 100. So basically it will flips, boom. So we need to select this one also and press this motion so you can see the graph. So select and press this one. You can do manual, but this is my habit. And just simply copy these 3 keyframes and paste it over here. So basically now we have the same animation, all 3 layers. So then we can control select all and control D and go into end and press begin bracket, or you can just simply drag and press shift while dragging, so it will snap on that end. So now we have a loop animation. So it look like a 2D, but if I create a camera over here, create a camera and see, as you see, it will slightly up, as you see, boom. So delete that one. Okay, so we have this one. So let's see the scale go into the Y one. So as you see, this is, let's create a camera so we can see camera and move this over like so, so we can see the layer prospectively. So this is the layer, as you see. Let me zoom. Okay, and then select first one, press R and select the Y. As you see, this is the Y. So press U, press the keyframe and then press U, so you can see the keyframe. Then move the keyframe over the second keyframe of the position, and then if I move this one, it flips one time. You see, this is one. No, we don't need a 1, we just need a 180 degrees. So over here type 180, so basically it will flips one time, as you see. So select and this apply easy ease. So as you see, zoop, it will snap. So select the Y, control C, and then go into the second, press U to show you the keyframe, and then paste it over here, control V. So we have this one, press U again, so you can see, move this one slightly. So nice. So open third one, press U, move over and right here, press V. So as you see, we have this animation. Press U again, close, press U. So move this inline the position keyframe. Okay, so we do this one. So let's zoom out. So now we can delete this one. Okay, and press save, and let's duplicate the Y rotation one more time, control D, and call this Z rotation, Z rotation, and then hit okay. Okay, and open up the Z rotation and press U, select all, press U and just delete the Y rotation keyframes from all of them, and again press select all of them, press R for rotation, and we doing of one by one, okay, normally. So first one, rotation, Z rotation, keyframe, and then press U, so we can see the keyframes move into the second one. Let's zoom a little bit, and then let's move this one, think 180 degree, yes, 180. So it basically flips like this. Select two keyframes, easy ease, so zoom, nice. So select Y rotation, control C, go into second one, press U and move over here, and then the third one I think over here, control V and select and U. Okay, so let's align the keyframe perfectly. Okay, so now we create a three different style movement. So as you see this one, okay, so let's copy and select and copy, control D and move over here. So we have a perfectly loop animation for Z, and then going to the Y, select this one, control D and move this over here. So we have loop that one, and go into the scale one, select scale, we already did. So let's create another comp, let's create a new composition and call this final output, so f out, doesn't matter. Okay, and simply drag these three, so select into that, go select the scale one also. So as you see we have this one. So what I need to do now here, let's create a background first, black solid, change the color something like this and move this over here, make a 3D. Okay, first press, let me change the color. Okay, and then what you're going to do, create a new camera first and create a new null object, create a new null, make a null 3D and parent the camera to the null. Okay, move this to up. So let's do some movement for that camera. So let me, and first let's select the all three and enable this collapse transformation, so you can see them in 3D. If I move the camera, as you see, null basically. So right here, let me rotate the angle like so, and this black solid, let me scale this up so it will fit entirely like so, and move these over here. Okay, select the scale one over here, y1 over there, and C, press C for camera and zoom out a little bit and align all three in perfectly. So this one over here goes, and this one over here I think. Okay, scale one need to perfectly align. Okay, then okay, so what we do now, let's down the layer first so we can see the shadow. Okay, so my layer is set and the layer is 3D, so press A and cast shadow is on. Okay, and go into all of them, select all, press A, cast shadow on for all layers, do it for all. press AA, cast shadow on, go into the scale, select all, press AA, cast shadow on. So that way we need to create a new light. So you can see light and spotlight 70, cast shadow on, done. As you see we have a shadow, but we need to do some work on it. So first move this light up like this and move this over down like so. We need to go into light setting and the fallout distance maybe 1000. So you can see and go into all of them, select again, press AA and the accept lights off, please select all of them, press AA, accept lights off, also this one, press AA, accept lights off. So the layer doesn't affect the light, but they can casting the shadow. As you see shadow, we have a perfect shadow. Go into the half res and let me move the light. Nice. So full res. So as you see the shadows perfect. Okay, so let me move my camera just a little bit. Let's me okay, just align it the layer. You can do whatever you want. So this is the basic, and let's see, maybe we need to go the light setting and sun change the some of the settings. So 70. Okay, we need to create another light, and this time we need to create a ambient light. Maybe 30% is enough. So let's see, 30% is too much, let's 25. Yeah, 25 is looking pretty good. Okay, so we have all of layer and go inside, select all, close and enable motion blur, all layer, enable motion blur like so, and enable lower for the comp as well, and enable also here. So let me trim that comp into that. Okay, trim comp to work area, and now we have this animation. But as you see it's going at same time, we don't want it, we want some kind of time delay between all of the three. So go into the scale and just move them over like so, and select this one and stretch like so. So that way they will stay some time and then move. Need to do this again. So let me see. So this is Y, and we need to move this one slightly more than the scale. So then move this one over here and stretch the layer, go into, let me select and see where the first keyframe, and see, and go into the Z and move this over here and stretch the layer like so. And then if I go into the output, now you can see the delay. So this is how I create. So you need to just adjust the camera angles so you can get the same angle as I have in the final shot, as you see. So this is a little fast, as you see this is my camera angle, you can say it how you want. So let me show you the text layer, as you see this one appear on the screen. So let's grab the text tool and simply type slice. So by the way the font is Scriptian, as you see this one, I think this is the default font, so I don't know. And move this anchor point in the middle. So again I'm using the motion to script. So let align this one in the middle, sorry, in the middle, like so. Go into the full raise, what I'm saying. So anyway, right click on text layer and create a shape from text and delete that text layer and select the text shape layer and turn off the fill. We don't want that, we want the stroke, enable it. Stroke 2 is okay. And then as you see, this is control, this is annoying. So let's add a trim path. So let me go where I want to appear the layer. So let me half so we can see. So I think the 4 second is okay. So move this layer over the 4 second, like so. And then we need to do some keyframing from trim path. So open up and you see the trim path and just select the, let me change the half. Okay, and then as you see the start, if I press Ctrl Shift H, this will be hide the controls of the layer, so you can see the text only. So this is the start. If I increase, you will see the layer, it's gone almost. So you need to do that and press a keyframe for that layer. Go into the half and increase 50 so we can see the half, and press a keyframe for second offset and go into the full 1 second and do a 50% over here again. That way it will rotate as you see, and go into the half of the offset and press end keyframe and go over here and then set a 0, and then it's back keyframe for a start and go you here and set 100, I think. So we have a perfect text. So if I play, you will see. So I think this is not good. Let me move this. You don't want that, so you can play around how you want. So this is just demonstration purpose. Okay, so let me change, set the keyframe again and move half so you can see. So select all of them, easy ease. So we have this animation. Something like this. So let's close and add a fast blur. So go into the animation preset. Sorry guys for the background noise. So I know there are a lot of background noise. So I will do a post production to reduce the much as possible. Okay, so let me add fast blur. Fast blur, what I say. Fast blur, apply on the slice outline. Okay, so where the text will appear properly. Okay, let me press U so we can see. So over here, let's add a keyframe and repeat each pixel on. Go into that keyframe section, add a blur, maybe 10. Let's see. Blur 10. No, I know we don't need this blur right here. Let's create a new adjustment layer. We need a blur for that light, but later. First, add a blur on that adjustment layer and move adjustment layer bottom of the outline. So this is the fast blur, repeat each pixel is on. So where is this text? Like here. So we just going to add a blur, move this over here where the text will appear completely. 10 blur, 15. Yes, this is okay. So as you see the blur with that text, and we need to do a same for that outline. Control C and just let me select, press U as you see, and select the outline and press V. So we have the blur, but we need to do a reverse for that. You see it will blur, so we don't want that. We need a reverse. I think select the two keyframes, right click on it, keyframe assistance, time reverse keyframe. So as you see what is happening. So let me move this over here something, so text will stay sometimes. No, I think we need. Okay, this is what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know. Let me move this. So this is what happening. So it will blur the text only. Like this one is also the blur, and then this will happening. We going to press P for the text layer and move over here and press Ctrl Shift H, so you can see the controls, and move this down like so, and select this one, press easy ease. So basically text will go down like that. Whew. I think this is okay right now. Boom, boom. See, as you see the text layer, how it goes. So, oh, crazy. We need to do some crazy stuff. Delete 0. We want only blur for here 15. Oh, something wrong here. So let me check. We need to manage the keyframe for the blur first of all. So let's add another keyframe here. Unblur me to here. Okay, so now it is perfect. Move slightly over here. Easy ease. Some of them, this one also easy ease. So as you see now, this is now perfect. This is slice. So this is too crazy. So let me move. Okay. So that way it will stay some time and then blur. So as you see, so this will look like a perfect, I think. So this is how I create the effect, and the final thing is the changing the color. So what I do, let me show you. We add a fill, so let me just copy the fill, Control C, as you see the fill keyframes. So and then just simply paste over here. So as you see we have the same color. So just do a keyframing for the for the fill, and you get a same result. So this is how it look like. So guys, again thank you for watching my tutorial, and if you enjoyed and if you learned something, please give a like and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. So we will posting continuously now, so please subscribe, and thank you for watching again. So have a great day. Bye.